because we work with an empathetic and caring group, quite a few people have come up to me and said, oh, it's too bad that you have to present during the meal and so on and so forth. But I have to tell you that having observed my place on the schedule, I'm not surprised by the turn of events that leads you to be eating while I'm presenting. So I'm going to take advantage of your helpless situation to engage in a little bit of what I've come to talk to you about, which is the opportunity that I think Antioch University, New England has to take advantage of the mindful revolution, according to the February 3rd issue of Time magazine. And so I'd like to start by having a few minutes of mindful practice. And so for those of you who have practiced mindfulness in the past, you might be familiar with this activity, but for everybody else, if it's new to you, it won't be, the instructions are not difficult. And that is, you're currently eating, one of life's more pleasurable activities, and I'm going to invite us to continue eating, but to do it in silence for the next 3 minutes. So not table talk. No, the opposite of table talk, table silence. And what I'd like to do is just invite you to enjoy your meal. If you're finished eating or if you're not eating, then you might take this opportunity to tune into your body. That can include feeling your feet on the floor, feeling your body on the chair, following your breath, noticing any aches or pains that you might have. You can turn into sound. What my students have found when we meditate in this building is that it's alive, it has all kinds of noises, and it breathes, and so on. So for the next 3 minutes, we're going to engage in silence, and then after that, we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. That's my plan. So that's 3 minutes, 3 minutes of silence. I'd love to take a minute to ask people, what did you experience in that 3 minutes? And everything is fair game. You can just call out, what did you experience in that 3 minutes?
Slower eating habits.
Mm-hmm. Slowing down.
Noticing taste.
Noticing taste. Yeah, the mind keeps going. It becomes really obvious when the external environment is quiet or what's going on in here, right? Yeah.
I tried to concentrate on other senses besides taste, and it was not easy.
Right. Certain things want your attention. Right, good.
I was stifling the desire to giggle.
Yeah. Just remember that laughter is an expression of freedom.
Oh, thank you.
So giggling is allowed, encouraged. Anybody else have a thought they want to share? Yeah, go ahead.
Different textures.
Right. You know, so often we're eating while we're doing other things now. I mean, I often eat at my desk with one screen open and I'm talking to somebody over here and the phone rings. And so we don't get a chance to experience some of our core kind of human pleasures because we're so entrapped in this multitasking world that we're in. So this is probably not news to most of you in this room. Mindfulness as an academic discipline has been on the rise for 20 years. It's firmly established in the fields of psychology and medicine. It's growing in the fields of education and environmental science and in the business world. And so the question that I wanted to bring to our group today is there an opportunity for Antioch University, New England? And this comes from I've been here 10 years now, and one of the things that I know is still true about this institution from when I started 10 years ago is that we don't have good access to one another. So we often don't know what's happening in other departments, or sometimes even within other programs in our own department. And so it was very difficult for me at first glance, just using what I can find on on the internet and so on to determine how much mindfulness activity is happening already at Antioch University, New England. But I think it's a lot. I know we have courses in more than one department. I know we have individual students who are using mindfulness in their research at both the master's and doctoral level. I know that we have practice opportunities that have come and gone over the years, opportunities for practice groups, yoga classes, so on and so forth. I know that we have students who are practitioners of mindfulness and faculty who are practitioners of mindfulness, not necessarily connected to their career work. And I know that we have people who are interested in the intersection of their own mindfulness practice and their work here at Antioch. So I know we have all of those elements among students, faculty, and staff. But we haven't been able to pull that together into any coherent plan. We met maybe following my sabbatical, which was in 2009, and it was focused on mindfulness. We had one community-wide meeting on trying to establish some kind of campus-wide initiative around mindfulness, and it failed due to lack of a mechanism for sustainability and support. But I think that the culture here has changed. I think that in the Center for Academic Innovation and with new leadership, we probably have the best opportunity we've had in a long time to try to embark again on some campus-wide initiative. So on your tables, I have a little handout that has some discussion questions on it. And I'm just going to quickly talk about what conversation I would like to see happen on this campus over the next 4 or 5 months. And first, I want to know if we think that applied mindfulness is an enduring academic field. I think it is. I wouldn't be here otherwise. The Education Department is launching, starting this summer, an MED program with a concentration in mindfulness for educators. We have been running for 3 years with our partners at the Center for Mindful Inquiry and the Berry Center for Buddhist Studies, a certificate program in mindfulness for educators, and Antioch University, New England is picking that program up this fall to run entirely as our own. My colleagues Claire Stanley and Jack Millett, who are the founding teachers of the Insight Meditation Center in Brattleboro, and they're longtime teacher educators from the School for International Training and now on our adjunct faculty here, we all believe that mindfulness is an enduring, applied mindfulness is going to be an enduring academic field. I went to a conference at the Garrison Institute in November. It was the first national conference to pull together teacher educators to talk about the applications for mindfulness in teacher education. It was very well attended. I had the experience that Michael described where 3 people at this conference this past November said to me, I thought Antioch was closed, right? It's a discouraging kind of a propagating idea, but I think, and Melinda's not here so I can quote her, when she and I talked about this, she said, I want to own this discipline. We're the first, again, we're the first to market in the Mindfulness and Mindfulness for Educators MED program, and we're one of the first places in the country to put graduate credit on mindfulness study for educators. There are a lot of people doing professional development, but it's not tied to graduate credit. And so I feel like, this opportunity is coming, it's coming quickly. Like a lot of things I've seen here, I feel like it could come and it could quickly take root in organizations that have a lot more resources than we do and will look like we're late to the party even though we're the first out the door. And so I really invite us to explore this question of, can we take advantage of this moment? Can we take advantage of sort of the cover of Time magazine and quickly pull together a description of what we're already doing? This doesn't require us to do anything but that to start with. And then the second question is, can we deepen what we're doing? And that's the other thing that I feel like is on this, might we build on what we're already doing to create a campus-wide mindfulness initiative? Something where people know, no matter which field of study they're embarking on, if they come to Antioch, they have an opportunity for sort of a minor in mindfulness, that they can take that spin on their study. And it can be as wellness. They know if they come here, we have embedded in the way we do business, student wellness, faculty wellness, staff wellness, that includes opportunities for mindfulness practice. It can be single courses for introductory. It can be research methodology that we're helping to develop in the applied world. We're not going to do neuroscience research, but there's a lot of opportunity for how this application is getting played out, right? Mindfulness curricula for children are exploding across the educational landscape, but the studies of how effective they are going to be, that's going to be important work that we could easily be part of. So I think that this is a conversation I'm hoping to inspire us to have. On the bottom, you'll see that I was planning to set up a place in the portal for us to have this discussion. Has anybody accessed the portal in the last 3 days or 4 days? Yeah, Faith? Yes, the portal's been removed. So in the 4 weeks since I printed this sheet, there's no more portal. So what I'm going to recommend, so now I don't know where those community-wide discussions are going to happen. In Sakai. So in the interim, if you're interested, please email or call me. My contact information is here, and we'll get information back out to the community on how to participate more fully. I would love to see departments take up this conversation and say yes or no, maybe at this level, not at that level. I'd be very curious to have that happen. And I am willing to be the person who continues to come around and provoke this discussion. Because I think it could be a great opportunity for us, and I think it goes to the heart of our mission in so many ways. So that's my spiel.